button there. I just didn't know how it worked. So primarily what I did was I just kept pressing buttons to see what happens. And initially when I started shooting, I would drive around Skid Row at night with the telephoto lens and shooting homeless people. And I have a great mentor of mine, his name is David Stork, who just had an incredible show up in La Brea about Cuba. His photography is amazing. He said to me, he said, Sage, take the photo lens off. Take the zoom lens off. He said, talk to your subject. Before you even pick up the camera, talk to your subjects. And so I started to do that. And it transformed my experience, artistic and spiritual experience of photography. It deepened it to a level which I was not really quite prepared for. And it was phenomenal. And so my first series...
Why homeless? Why did you choose that
because
first?
I've been there. I've been homeless, and I remember how invisible one is when one's homeless. I remember the feelings of my humanity being snatched away from me, as though I did not matter because I didn't have a home, and that because I was a drug addict. So I was beneath society's acceptability. I was ostracized, and I remember how that felt. I remember how it feels to have to pick out of a garbage can for a slice of pizza that someone only took one bite out of. I've done that. And so my whole concept with my first series, which I titled Matthew's 25:40, which, just to paraphrase in the Bible, is one of the scriptures that says, what you do unto the least of these, you do unto me. And I've been that guy sitting outside of a church and people walking over me, and so it had a very strong, deep, personal, emotional attachment. I have an attachment to that series and those people.
So the first person you go up to and you say hi, like, what do you say? Can I take your picture?
My name is Sage, and I'm doing a photo document of homeless people, and I give them a preface. I was homeless myself, and this is my intention with this particular series, is to show not you being homeless, but your humanity. And when you look at my series, all of my series really, for the most part, the social commentary series, I shoot homeless, I shoot transgender, I shoot drug addicts, I shoot gang members, I shoot the people who, again, society deems unacceptable because they have value too. And I don't believe most people are born monsters or drug addicts. I believe that things are created, and what I try to capture with my work is not this person being a drug addict in my crack series, but to capture his humanity. Being a drug addict, a former drug addict myself, I still had value then. I was just in a lot of pain. And my refuge at that moment, at that time, my only solution in my mind's eye were the drugs and the alcohol. Since I've evolved. But, I still, in the core of me, I was never a bad person.
Right.
I was a hurt, damaged, broken person. But I was never a bad person. And so when society looks at people and says, oh, they're bad or they're good, and you look at the reality of the situation is, you could have a drug addict in Skid Row, and you could have, a stock market guy in Wall Street, and that stock market guy could be doing a hell of a lot more damage than that dude in Skid Row. But because he has all the shiny cars and the Rolexes, watches, and all this stuff, he's perceived as being the good guy. And you know, my work, what I try to do with my work is saying,